What's happening, folks? Welcome back to Celtic Fans TV. It's time for the live starting 11 prediction for tomorrow's second leg in Norway against Bodo Glimt. We're obviously 3-1 down from the first leg last week in Glasgow, and we come in to this game off the back of that 3-2 victory over Dundee at the weekend. It was a massive win for us. It took us 3 points clear at the top of the table, and on a day where we weren't at our best, we certainly weren't in top gear at any point in the game. Giakoumakis got 3 really important goals for us, and as I say, we widened that gap to 3 points, which is massive for us. If we have 9 or 10 more of those in the league, we'll be where we want to be come the end of the season. As I say, this is a live format. I know these are all still filtering in. You can ask your questions and put your comments in the live chat box below. And if you like what we do here and you want to support us, you can also ask a super chat and donate to the channel as well. Bodo Glimt played really well last week. It was a really poor performance. From our point of view, generally speaking, we didn't create very much, but I thought Bodo Glimt were ruthless on the counter-attack. And they punished our mistakes. And I think the way that Ange plays football, for that to be successful in Europe, we've got a long way to go. I think a long way to go in terms of personnel, and a long way to go in terms of development and Ange having time with the team. Bodo Glimt are obviously further along that process, and I thought they were really, really good last week. So this is going to be a tough challenge for us. A lot of debate about whether, I've seen some people say we should maybe play a weakened side and rest the big players for the game at Easter Road on Sunday. But there's no chance Ange is going to do that. He's going to go all out to try and win this game. And the first goal tomorrow night is going to be massively, massively important in this tie. If we get it, it's all to play for. But I think if Bodo Glimt get the opener tomorrow, it pretty much kills the tie, stone dead in their favour. So we'll get to the team, and we'll start in goals as we always do with Joe Hart. Conceded twice at the weekend, but again, defence in front of him just with the set pieces. Not helping him out at times. I think from open play, again, we restricted Dundee to absolutely nothing, but every time we concede a set piece, you're worried that we might concede, so we really need to fix that. And that's been a hot topic following Dundee game at the weekend. Right back, I'm going to go Anthony Ralston. You'll see why later on, obviously. We know at the weekend that Taylor dropped out, Juranovic went to left back, and I think Ralston, maybe not his best game, but he did really well to dig out that cross for the winner for Giakoumakis, so I think he'll just keep his position. Ewan Buxton has asked on Twitter, should we look at bringing in Julian, as the current centre-back pairing aren't as useful as you'd like at set pieces? Aye, we've talked a lot about Julian since he's been back fit and whether he should come straight back into the team. I think we maybe should look at it. I think the manager will look at it, but I don't think he's going to put Julian in. I think that pairing of Carter Vickers and Starfelt is the pairing that the manager wants, and I think the more they play together, they've played almost every minute of the league season together, those two, when they've been fit and available. So I think that's the pairing that he wants, and I don't expect Julian just to come in and take someone's place. Obviously, you'd think it would be Starfelt, given that Carter Vickers has been probably the more solid throughout the campaign, but I just don't see him. I just don't see him bringing Julian in for any length of time or to start in big matches. So tomorrow I think it will still be Carter Vickers and Starfelt. No surprises there. Sean Devaney has asked on Twitter again, do you see Ange sticking with JJ and Ralston or bringing Taylor back after his midweek shocker? I think to bring Greg Taylor back into this game would be a risk, given how much they exploited his down our left-hand side last week with Solbakken, particularly. As I said at the top of this video, your weaknesses and your mistakes are so exposed in European football. They get punished ruthlessly, and we can't afford that. Certainly if we want to have any chance of progressing tomorrow, we can't give up any mistakes like last week. And left back, as I say, was a big problem for us last week. So I think it will be Juranovic. Whether that gives the team the right balance with Ralston at right back and Juranovic at left back is another issue. And I think it's something we struggled with on Sunday, to be fair. At home in a domestic game is obviously different from facing a good European side, but I don't think that was something that helped us on Sunday, having Juranovic over on the left and Ralston on the right. And if you think about the winning goal, Juranovic is involved in winning the ball back and carrying it up the pitch on the right hand side, and then Ralston is also there to dig out the cross that sets up the winner. So I don't think that's a long term solution. I think I mentioned that last week, but I wouldn't be surprised to see the manager pick that tomorrow. In midfield, it will be McGregor, you'd expect, in the deeper position. I think Hatate will start in front of him alongside Matt O'Reilly. Rogic on the bench at the weekend, been poor in the last 2 games he started, Tom Rogic, and I just don't think he'll be ideal in this game. I think last week, again, the midfield was a real problem area for us with Rogic and O'Reilly together. In terms of their defensive work, it's not their instinct, it's not their strength, it's not their main attribute. So I think having Hatate in there will give us a lot more legs, a lot more energy, and hopefully a lot more solidity defensively, because, as I say, we can't afford to concede. If we concede tomorrow, I think the tie is over. And I think that midfield 3 has a bit more balance to it than the midfield 3 that started last week in the first leg. Obviously, Hatate's right-footed, so it's a change for having 3 left-footed players in there, which was a bit strange with McGregor, Rogic and O'Reilly last week. But we've got to do much better in there, because I thought Bodo Glimt, for all they were really good in the counter-attack, I thought in midfield they got the better of us as well. So as we go up the pitch, right-hand side, Lila Bada. I think, again, the wings the last couple of league games haven't been as effective for us. They just come off a spell there. You think about the Rangers game, the Motherwell game, where they were both so effective. We've seen some changes in that area of the pitch on both sides. Jota has been chopping and changing between left and right. We've seen Maeda come in. I think Abada should start this game tomorrow. And on the left-hand side, I expect Jota to obviously start there. And I think that's the best selection on both sides. Abada on the right-hand side, Jota on the left-hand side is the first choice. I think Maeda on the left-hand side, maybe similar to Kyogo in that you don't quite get the best out of him. You could say he's yet to set the hell of a light through the middle, Dyson Maeda, but I just don't think he's anywhere near as effective on the left-hand side as an out-and-out winger. Obviously Jota, but Jota being on the right-hand side is not ideal either. So I think it'll be Abada on the right, Jota on the left. And through the middle, I think it'll be Giakoumakis. A couple of people asking, should we go 2 up front the way we did in the last 10-15 minutes last week, where we finally got a wee bit of joy and we got the goal back through Maeda, but there's no chance the manager's going to start 2 up front tomorrow. He's going to play in the system that he always plays in, and we're obviously going to try and attack the game and get back into the tie early on, and that's what we have to do really to have any chance of progressing tomorrow. But I don't expect any real change to the shape of the team or to the formation. I think that is the lineup the manager will go with. Again, it's hard to tell what he'll do in the fullback areas, because that is a big problem for us. I just don't think he can put Taylor back in after how that was exploited last week, and what he does with the wings after chopping and changing a few times recently. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. But that's it for the live starting 11 prediction. Like this video, comment with your own thoughts below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you tomorrow after the game for a live full-time reaction. Cheers.